Competition. Quote, "It's not whether you win or lose, but how you place the blame." Close quote. Anonymous. 1992, Bellevue, Washington. Loudly and often, feminists insist women don't like competition and that competition is an act of aggression. Ironically, competition as aggression is inevitable in a society where men must compete for the attention of women. That is gynocentrism. Women encourage this every time they passively wait for men to take the initiative or reject nurturing men in deference to domineering men. They sustain the dynamic of dominance. Ignoring this, feminists contend competition is the capitalization of aggression, and men do it to the detriment of all. Does this mean fighting for domination is the only way to compete? That competition is solely a product of masculine socialization and something we can do without? Masculine socialization has nothing to do with it. In one way or another, all living things compete, because wanting creates competition. I want to eat, therefore I must go out and get that food, and if maybe I'm a rat and there's a dog, then we're both going after the same piece of stuff. Competition. You want to live, so you offer goods or services to others in exchange for the goods and services you need to survive. That's us humans. The better the goods and services you offer, the more you can get in exchange, and the better you'll be able to live. Competition as validation. Now, I'm not getting into discussion about price discovery here. I'm looking at different aspects of competition, not price. To live well, you make your stuff as good as possible relative to what your competition offers. That is, the essence of competition in a free market. It respects the rights of others, and everybody wins because it works through validation rather than domination. Competition as validation is the process by which the efficacy of ideas, knowledge, and products are validated by consumers. I think I need to fix the grammar there. They choose what they value most. To the extent our economy encourages winning through validation, it works. Most women, however, encourage competition through domination by ignoring cooperative, nurturing men to give their love and sex to domineering, virile men. What's more, women compete, and they compete to win. This is especially evident in women's response to the invention of the rubber condoms, where the rubber meets the road. Prior to the 1870s, prostitution in Europe was prevalent. Victorian ladies' distaste for sex because they didn't want to get pregnant too many times encouraged an explosive increase in prostitution that caused an epidemic spread of venereal disease and a morbid taste for masochism. Those observations are from Sex and History by Ray Tannehill. She continues that when women began to compete sexually, prostitution had to go. What changed? Men started using rubber condoms. This gave women the option of enjoying sex without risking pregnancy, and that meant women now viewed prostitutes as sexual competitors. Subsequently, they demanded laws prohibiting prostitution, belying the myth that women don't compete. Feminists say this is men's fault. What is it? That men have forced the necessity of sexual competition upon women, and that, left to themselves, women hearken to a more cooperative agenda. But the facts don't support this contention. Even among themselves, where male attention is not the objective, women still compete without compunction. Generally, however, they compete within the context of relationship goals and processes. Understanding this reveals the source of feminism's loathing of male competitiveness. Projecting their own agenda onto men, they attack in men what they most despise in themselves. Back then, I wasn't exploring the Marxist aspects of feminism, so. Spite, malice, rancor, and hostility characterize competition within the context of relationship goals and processes. This is unsavory, to say the least. Inasmuch as men commonly compete within the context of production goals and processes, and mock war or sports, which often engenders admiration among adversaries, most will probably agree with feminists that female competitiveness in relationships is something the world can do without.